I'm sure some people are curious how I organize my movie collection, and this might also be like a tip for people who have movie collections and they're just starting out and they're not really sure how to organize them. I would just say, honestly, for me, my experience here, um, organize it in a way that when you go to look for a movie you like, you're going to be able to find it. Because, I mean, I don't know how large you plan to grow it, but when you're like me, this is 500 plus movies here. And this isn't everything. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm kind of just going to give you an idea of how I organize things. Now, if you notice some empty slots, those empty slots are they're going to be taken up. I'm waiting for some things to come in the mail, but I just removed or move some things down so that way I have the spaces already ready to go when those things show up in the mail. But so that's why there's an empty spot up there because I have two more seasons of 24 going there, and they're supposed to take up that whole slot. I have a couple other DVDs going on these shelves too. So that's a big thing. But the way I find my movies is I organize everything by studio. Unless we're talking box sets. Because box sets, you can do that, but it's also very difficult to do that. So let's start the first shelf. This is my DVD box sets. They're all of varying sizes. I just try to fit wherever they can fit together, whatever looks okay enough for me. And then when we get to this part, this is all by studio. So this is Nickelodeon / Paramount goes here. Then you go to Disney. And I have all my Star Wars stuff together. That's why I do things like this, is because when I think Star Wars, I just have to go, oh, here's my Disney stuff. There's Star Wars. When I think Mickey Mouse, Lion King, whatever, or when I'm like, oh, I want to watch Mighty Ducks. Well, that's a Disney movie. I go over to my Disney spot. Here it is. And then, what else does Disney own? Oh, they own 20th Century Fox, so here it is. So those are going together. Then you go to Warner Brothers, and, that's how you get the Cartoon Network, DC stuff, Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo. So it makes it so sets go together. Now, sometimes sets don't always go together because we have the problem of some movies are released by one studio and then another studio later on gets the rights and then they re-release it, things like that. But Sony, Mill Creek, I have Garfield, and I have some Shout Factory stuff. And then we get to the Blu-ray box sets, and these are somewhat organized by studio. Like you can see here, these are all studio box sets right here. But these aren't at all because it's impossible. Because I have so many of varying sizes and things like that. So yeah, I just kind of organize them where I see fit. Like, realistically, these are larger than these, but I feel like having them all here like this is perfect. It looks the best I can possibly make it. So there you go. And they're still easy to find because they're box sets. They're larger. They're easier to see. So I don't really worry about that. And then, I have Criterions together. This isn't a Criterion. This is just a Blu-ray kind of weird edition of that movie. And then you see, I have anime, and then I go from Disney to Marvel, which is part of Disney. Then you go to Star Wars, 20th Century Fox, and then I go to Warner Brothers. And look, I have what? Like what kind of sets we got here? So all my Sherlock Holmes right there. These two are sets. They go together. They're on one shelf. All my Rocky movies, one shelf. When I think of Gone with the Wind, I think, Casablanca. So I go to that shelf. I got everything together. I got seasons of this show together. They're right there. Hanna-Barbera stuff, Scooby-Doo stuff. It's all together. All my Lego movie stuff. All my DC stuff. Now, my DC stuff is organized from Batman to Superman to not Aquaman, to Wonder Woman, to Aquaman, to Justice League, to Teen Titans. Oh, wait, you know what? Switch those. Shazam, Swamp Thing, Constantine, Watchmen. And then you go Ninja Turtles, and then we have Universal. And we I also have some HBO stuff too, but that's part of Warner Brothers, so I just put it right next to each other. And same thing with New Line. So these are all here. Universal to Sony to some more Sony, as you can see with the Men in Black. But then you got Magnolia titles, MGM titles. We have BBC, RLG Entertainment, Shout Factory, Mill Creek, Arrow Video, Touchstone. Who's this released by? I don't know, but I also just have some random titles mixed in here too. I just kind of mix up stuff wherever I see fit, and it goes to Paramount, and then in my closet this continues on, and it goes to Lionsgate. But basically that's how I find everything. And of course I have box sets like this that if I were to put on a shelf, it probably wouldn't look right, so it sits here. But that's an idea of how I organize them, is basically by studio, because like all these right here, if I just was like, well, I'm gonna organize this by genre, then I wouldn't have this nice set here of movies that flow together, because maybe I don't consider, I don't know, but this is just a way for me to find things. All my Toy Story movies are together, all my Pixar movies are together, all my Disney animated movies together, Muppet stuff, whatever, it's all in one place, and that is what I want. Everything to be in one place. And I think if you're looking for a way to find things easily and have movies all in one place, this is a really great way to do it. It's not the only way to do it, but this is how I organize my movie collection. I think if you're gonna organize them anyway, this is how I would recommend doing it. But it's up to you. Again, the best way to organize your movie collection is a way that it makes it easy for you to find the movie you're looking for when you have like 100 other movies that you're trying to search through.